Good morning, this is a Scrap Your Stash, and today I will be making another mini album. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm on a mini album series every fourth Sunday or Saturday or so. I already have everything pre-cut, but I'm going to show you how to score them and tell you what the measurements are. So the base, or the outside of the mini album, is a 9 3/4 by 6 1/4. All of them are 6 1/4 by just about 9. This is 9 1/2 by 6 1/4, 9 1/4 by 6 1/4, 9 by 6 1/4, and 8 3/4 by 6 1/4. Now I've scored the 4 colored ones and I've already put tape on them, but I'm going to go ahead and score this one for you so you know how I did it. So I'm just going to get my scoring tool, which is my cutter, and I have my scoring tool on here, and I'm going to line it up at 4 1/4. And I'm going to flip it around and line it up at 4 1/4. Okay, so now I have 2 score lines, these each 4 1/4, and that's how you do them on everything. So 4 1/4 on all 5 pages. So now I put a number 1 in here just so that I knew that this was the biggest, but really I already know it's the biggest. So I'm just going to lightly score these. Now this one I don't need any tape on because this is the outside. These ones are next. So, and I want them the other way actually, tape on the outside, right? Because I want to tape them on to the book. So each one will be about 1/8 of an inch on the sides here, different. This one is next. So I'm using the In Full Bloom colors in paper pack as well as PMLs for this. I think that it's not quite too feminine, which is really nice. Even though there's a lot of flowers and everything, I don't think it's too feminine. Because the color choices, they're really blues, yellows, and greens, and very neutral colors. And really, boys are allowed to like flowers too. I know my grandfather really liked flowers. Okay, so all of them are scored. I'm going to go ahead and take the tape off. So this is the red, this stuff. It's really strong adhesive, so a good way of doing this is either with your shears or tweezers. I prefer my tweezers over my shears. Sometimes I have to get it started with my shears though. I'm just trying to line it up, is all I'm doing before I snug it up. Okay, Lagoon is next. I really don't need my all-purpose or my Versamat in there. Sometimes it gives you guys a headache, I think. Kind of flickers in the cameras with all those lines. Okay. There's that one. Now I can always trim these. See how my yellow is a little bit off. That's okay. I'll trim it. And then I was cleaning some of my bins this week, and I found a cool corner piece or corner punch. So I think I'm going to use that and make them nice and pretty and cornered. So this is avocado. Love this color palette I've chosen. So far this is what it's looking like. Last one is Glacier. I could have chosen Mint. I prefer Glacier over Mint greatly. I don't know about you. Mint is not my favorite. I like it, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's, I just like the blue and the Glacier. It goes with more. I'm having issues getting this started. There it goes. Okay, so that's how it looks. It's all folded up. I will be putting some kind of band around it most likely, because I want to put on all of these mini albums, I'm going to put a shaker window of some sort, whether it's the star, the heart, or the circle. So I'm going to take, here's my punch. And I don't know when I got it, where I got it. Not a clue. I just know it's in my stash. But I was pretty excited to find it, because it makes it look so nice and professional with roundy pages. Well, I think it does anyway. And you can always round them off yourself too. Just a pair of shears. But figured I might as well use my punch that I found. Should have probably done this all at once on all of them. Punch it through all of the corners, but I tend to mess up that way too. Seems like. But that's the framework of your mini album. Now you guys can decorate yours. I'm going to go ahead and decorate mine as much as I can during this time. I always have a little one who likes to wake up super early, so we'll see how long he stays asleep. He's already starting to get wiggly, so hopefully he stays asleep for a while. So I'm going to do a mixture of pockets and regular photos actually posted in here so that they can, or journaling spots, that kind of stuff. I'm going to do a mixture of different things, so tags, everything else. So they get to choose, you know, they get to have a fun variety of things when they receive this. Okay. So there's my mini album. Let's go ahead and start decorating. Now I have a whole bunch of PMLs. I only took a few out. This is a 6x4 album, and maybe we start by, I don't know, since this is going to be the front, I don't know. I kind of want a bold color or something with a blue, or maybe even this black plaid. That'd be nice to see. Although, I kind of want it uniform all the way around because this is the cover. So, why don't we get actually a sheet of paper? Because I'm not going to be able to do that with PMLs. I don't have enough PMLs. I didn't buy 3 packs. So, here's my packet of paper. I think this is going to look so good with this mini album. I'm pretty excited about it. This paper pack, I love it. Okay, so I'm going to do 4x6, and then the spine back here, it's about 1 inch. I'm going to do 1 1/4 by 6. So 2 4x6s and then 1 1/4 inch. So let's get my trimming tool back on here. We'll just decorate as much as we can in the next little while. And some of you are probably still wondering what happened to the other album that I was working on. And the other album, I have not forgotten about it. I think I just got too frustrated with it and called it quits for a little bit. So I will get back to it, I promise. That, and I got sick. So, never fun getting sick, is it? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and round these ones because I think it'll look better. Now, I learn about all these different mini albums by various YouTube people, other makers. A lot of albums are actually done in other countries. They're not US people a lot of the time. Pinterest is another source that I have. Let's do 1.5 inches on this one, or 1 1/4 inch, I think is what I said. This one, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave this one without rounded corners because it's on the spine. So this is what it's going to look like. I really like this paper for this album. It's going to be really fun. So that's what it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and open it up so that I can tape it down easily instead of having to fight it. There we go. Oh, I think that looks really good. Almost reminds me of junk journaling. You know, the pages that you would use for a junk journal. A lot of them are like newspaper-esque. Magazines. That kind of stuff. I think that's why I like it for this one. In fact, I may have to buy more. Because this is great. There's the outside. That looks really good. I like it a lot, actually. I think it's really cute. Okay, let's go to the first page. And we'll just probably make a pocket on one side and have maybe a PML on the other side. Let me find my PMLs again. So maybe this is where I use the plaid. Again, I'm going to round the corners on this. So the other side is the avocado, which would be really stunning too against that lemonade, but I like the black with the lemonade. I'm really liking this little punch. Okay. You could always use like your liquid glue or whatnot too, or that red tape. It's whatever you guys prefer. That looks really good against the lemonade. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pocket, and then I'm going to put this one, with you I am home. I like that sentiment. I could put the other one this way too, but then this way I can make a tag or two that they can pull out and put sticker or, you know, pictures or journaling on. So let's make the little, I'm going to make a little pocket first. And maybe we do it out of this one. So I think I'm going to do this avocado. Let's do about maybe a 2-inch pocket. So if I'm going to do a 2-inch pocket, I like to do about a 2.5 so I have a fold in there. And then this should be 4 1/4. Right? Let's just measure it. Yeah, it's about 4 1/4. So let's do 4 3/4. We'll do a 1/4 inch on either side. Could do 1/2 inch on either side. It'd be easier that way to fold. So it's 4 1/4 plus an inch is 5 1/4. Let's do 5 1/4. Put this back on and score these. So I'm just doing 1/2 inch on 3 sides to make a 4 1/4 by 2-inch pocket. Okay, so there's that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shears. I'm going to trim these off. And everything's staticky today. I don't know what's going on. My shears are not sticky. Maybe right there they are, but they're really not sticky at all, and they're sticking all kinds. Okay, I'm just going to trim up. Actually, let's just trim these off. I think that's easier. Yeah, we'll just trim them off. Create the little pocket. Now I know what I was doing. I wanted to do that, but I also wanted to trim this way. This way you don't see the little folds. So you just need like a little trim off of each corner. It makes it fold nicer too. Okay, so they're not really interfering with each other. And I want the green showing on this one. Okay, let's move this aside. And I think I'm just going to use Tombow. Should have probably actually used the liquid glue on this one, because then this way I could slide it. But you know what? A little bit of an edge on the bottom is not a bad thing. So there's my little pocket. And if it doesn't hold, I will add that with quick glue in there. Okay. Now I can do this one, or I kind of like the black. It'll tie this side in with this side if I use the black. So I think I'll do that. Okay, and now I can just add embellishments around it, which I don't have any cut out right now, so I probably won't do that today or on screen. So let's just keep going, and we'll just keep framing these in, and then I'll probably embellish it a little bit later. This one's really soft looking, which is really nice. So I actually really like that. It's either that or like a big journal spot, and then I'll have a pocket on this side for your photos. The photos, and they can just place them in. They could be 4x6 even. I could even do that with, actually maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do this one. The other side is really pretty. There's the other side. It's really pretty. But I think I'm going to use the black and white. Now I could be rounding these corners, and I can always pull them back up too and round them. But I think that they look fine that way. This one, I'm going to make a pocket card. So I'm actually going to stick it in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably take one of my daisies, or maybe even the glacier, maybe? I just want to tie, I want those flowers to really pop. I think if I do glacier or color, I think it's going to take away from those pretty glacier flowers. So I think I'm going to do this one. I'm going to trim it down to like 4, these are 4x6s, so I'm going to do probably 3.5 by 5.5. And I'm going to put that on there for them to know that that's how you trim your photo. But this is going to be like a 3.5 by 5.5 photo. So 3.5, 5.5. This is just leftover from what I cut with the big pieces. Actually, I really want more than that. So let's do a 3 by 5 because that, I just really like that paper. So let's do a 3 by 5. I like that PML card a lot. And I think it'll set off a really nice photo. So, and maybe this one I will round the edges and make it like a tag type of thing where they have a pull string for it. Yeah, I like that better. I mean, the black one is really stunning, actually. Maybe we do the black. We can do actually both because this is going to be a pull-out, so let's do both. So I'm going to cut another one 3 by 5, and we'll put photos on both. I just can't let that one just sit there and be glued in. I think that it would be a shame. if it were. So let's go ahead and do both sides. I just love these flowers. They're just so pretty. So now we can make another pocket, and this will just sit in there like this. And I can have 2 or 3 in there if I really wanted, right? So that they can have more and more photos, and they can always add photos too. Or I can add another tag in there or something. It'd be really simple. So let's go ahead and find maybe a pocket type of deal. And maybe we just use solid, because this is really decorated, so maybe we just use a solid on this one. And I think I'm going to do the same size pocket. So let's do a 2.5 by 5.25. Put my score back on. And do a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Now you're going to want to make sure, if you use your scoring tool like this, make sure it's not on your wire, because that will create issues. It'll cut your paper. Okay. Maybe we'll use the light side this time. This way the corners don't interfere. You don't like interfering corners. There, that's better. Okay. And I think I'm going to learn from the last one and use my liquid. The reason being is so I can slide it around wherever I want until it's in place, and I don't have to worry about it sticking completely before I do. And again, I'm going to put it, actually I'm going to put it as far down as I can, because this is a 4x6 photo card. So I need the space. I don't really want it sticking up too far. So okay. There. Oops. That should hold here in a little bit. We'll let it sit there for a minute or two. Okay, so far I have some really cute, you can always put a pocket in here too. So if I were to put a pocket card, that's how that one would sit. See how it sits high, and it's because I was up high on that one. Now this one should sit flush inside of here very nicely and tucked in, which is what I wanted. And I love how I can do either the black or the glacier. I think it's so pretty. So continue on to Lagoon and Avocado. And I can always do hand stamped, and I probably will. I'll probably do some kind of stamp here just to do my own paper. So but it's been right around half an hour, so I'm going to cut this off. I appreciate you guys joining me. I'm going to try to finish this up. I've finished 2 whole pages and the outside. I mean, these definitely take some time, right? So just be patient with your albums. But they're a lot of fun when they're done. I mean, whoever receives this will be able to have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 photos. Probably right around there. So that's a big deal, right? So hopefully this will entice you to do your own, and I will see you next time. Thank you.